is a very interesting game. Who would have imagined that David Ndii, of all the people, would one day work for William Samoei Ruto? Who would have imagined that? Me personally, I never imagined a day would come when David Ndii would be singing praises of William Samoei Ruto. Because we all remember that during the last election, David Ndii was one of the advisors of Raila Odinga. He was actually leading the economic aspect of Raila Odinga campaigns and strategy. And during that period, David Ndii swore never to work for President Uhuru Kenyatta. At the same time, David Ndii swore never to work with or for William Samoei Ruto. But as we speak today, David Ndii is in Masai Mara Game Reserve. What is David Ndii doing there? David Ndii is meeting with members of parliament, over 40 members of parliament from the larger Mount Kenya region who are allied to the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. He's also meeting with the Deputy President who is part of that meeting. So in this video today, I want us to look at the Mount Kenya leaders meeting or retreat, which is currently happening in the Masai Mara Game Reserve, because this meeting is going to take 3 days. The question is, what will these guys be discussing for 3 days? Because we all know that majority of these people have always stood with William Samoei Ruto for a very long time. Some of them have been part of his strategy team. But what are they discussing in Masai Mara Game Reserve for 3 good days? And what is the role of David Ndii? In my considered opinion, this meeting is about 6 or 5 things. Number one, the Mount Kenya leaders allied to the Deputy President are actually modeling their campaigns. They want to model how they are going to approach their campaigns in the larger Mount Kenya region. Because for those who've been following the politics of this country, in the past few weeks, a lot of activities have been happening. A lot of delegations have been heading to Opoda Farm, to Raila Odinga's current residence. And someone was telling me, and I'm going to do a video on this, that President Uhuru Kenyatta told the One Kenya movement one thing, that go outside there and line behind Raila Odinga. So basically, it seems that President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to support Raila Odinga for the presidency. So in my considered opinion, these allies of the Deputy President from the larger Mount Kenya region are retreating to model their campaigns. And David Ndii is going to help them, because David Ndii worked very closely with Raila Odinga. Because so far, they had started losing momentum in the larger Mount Kenya region. President Uhuru Kenyatta and the Kileweke had started gaining the momentum. But the fact of the matter is that the Deputy President is still ahead of President Uhuru Kenyatta and still ahead of the Kileweke in the larger Mount Kenya region. So these guys are meeting to model their campaigns. That's number one. Number two, the role of Ndii in this meeting is to dismantle President Uhuru Kenyatta's economic model. We all know that David Ndii was an advisor to Raila Odinga. And David Ndii has consistently dismantled President Uhuru Kenyatta's economic model. And because David Ndii has been recruited by William Samoei Ruto, he's working on a model which is going to dismantle President Uhuru Kenyatta's model. And that's why, for example, William Ruto has been trying so hard to dissociate from President Uhuru Kenyatta regime and from Jubilee government. Remember, he has been appointing some members of some experts. And one of the experts he appointed recently to help him remodel the hustler narrative is the Professor Njuguna Ndung'u. We all know that Njuguna Ndung'u is actually associated with Mwai Kibaki. So the Deputy President and his team, if you've been following them closely, they've been trying so much of late to dissociate themselves from President Uhuru Kenyatta and associate themselves much more with the former President Mwai Kibaki. And why are they doing that? They're doing that because David Ndii, who is now their economic advisor, is trying to dismantle President Uhuru Kenyatta's economic model. And that's why the allies of the deputy president from that region are consistent that despite the fact that they've been in government for 10 years now, there's nothing much they've gained as a community. And if you've been listening to Ndii, because in this group, Ndii, I think is an economist. He's the guy who's been talking about economy in this group. He's been dismantling President Uhuru Kenyatta's economic model because according to him, the president is doing everything to benefit their family. When it comes to SGR, it's terminating Naivasha. They're saying that's about their business. I mean, their Naivasha businesses there. When they are talking of milk factories, the prices there, they are talking in terms of benefiting President Uhuru Kenyatta's Brookside company. So basically, Ndii is outside there to dismantle President Uhuru Kenyatta's economic model. And that's what Ruto has been doing. Ruto is talking of bottom-up approach. President Uhuru Kenyatta's model means, therefore, is top-bottom approach. So that's number 2. Number 3, I also believe that the members of parliament from the larger Mount Kenya region actually wants to justify their demands to the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto. A lot of questions have been asked about their timing. Why now? Because they've been in government. Some of them have been in government since the first term of Jubilee government. They did nothing. So people have been asking them, why now? And that's the question now they are responding to. They want to give William Ruto demands, the list. And again, because people have been asking them questions back home, they want to justify that for us, we are not just going to support William Samoei Ruto blindly. We want a structured engagement. I'll actually be waiting to lay my hands on their reports, on their document of engagement, because I know for sure that these guys are in politics. And because they are in politics, there must be some political objectives. Economic objectives they can't talk about. Although that's what they want to talk about, but they can't talk about it because they can only talk about economic objectives once the deputy president is elected as the president of the Republic of Kenya. As we speak now, William Ruto is not the president. So these guys are trying to justify their demands. And that's why William Ruto is going to be invited to this meeting. Actually, he's in the meeting. And that's why Ndii has been brought, so that when it comes to economy, he's going to break it down. And again, they are going to tell the deputy president, you must give Central Kenya something. Number 4 is the political demands. The truth is, Moses Kuria wants to be the running mate. He wants to be the deputy president, prime minister. The truth is, Makwiny wants to be the running mate. He wants also to be the prime minister, to be the prime minister. The other truth is, a member of parliament for Madeira constituency, Rigathi Gachagua, also wants to be the running mate or the prime minister. So all these people are going to consolidate their demands. So the deputy president is going to tell them that based on my strategy, let us just work and get the presidency. I want to give the running mate to the Luhya nation. And because I'm going to give the Luhya nation the running mate, you guys, I want you to produce for me maybe the Minister for Finance or maybe the Interior Minister. Or they are going to tell them, I want to give Coast the running mate. But you, the people of Central Kenya, because of ABCD, you can't be the running mate. But if the constitution is going to be changed, then probably some of you are going to fit. So basically, they are going to lay their demands to the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto. Number 5. The 5th thing these guys are discussing here, and I'm sure about it, is the emerging political issues in the country. A lot of things have been happening. There is the emergence of Oparanya around Ruto. Then there is the emergence of One Kenya movement. Then there is also the emergence of President Uhuru Kenyatta. The president is going to go out there very soon to start campaigning. And because the president is likely to go outside there to start campaigning, these guys are discussing these issues. They are also discussing several other issues, like, for example, we know they talked of demands, and the people on the grounds were asking them, why are you putting these demands now? And because they're putting those demands now, they must go and discuss that how do we approach this issue. I went to the constituency, and my people are asking this question. How are we going to handle it? The other thing is, how are we going to escalate our campaigns? Because President Uhuru Kenyatta is now going to go outside there and be campaigners. So I expect in the next few weeks, these guys getting out of this meeting and they want to start attacking President Uhuru Kenyatta directly. And lastly, I think the allies of the deputy president from the larger Mount Kenya region now wants to formalize their engagement. They realized, although late, that just supporting William Ruto blindly, without any kind of memorandum, they can be betrayed. And the truth of the matter is that what opened their eyes was actually the fact that the deputy president did not include any of them in his strategy team. They had expected that based on their numbers and also based on the kind of support and sacrifices they've been making, they expected the deputy president to include some of them in the strategy team. And once they were left out, they realized that just supporting blindly would mean that they can be betrayed. And in fact, if they were to learn from history, which I think some of them pointed out, is that President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto entered into serious political agreements. But still, President Uhuru Kenyatta betrayed William Ruto. So these guys are asking themselves, if the president with all those kind of agreements still betrayed Ruto, if Mwai Kibaki still betrayed Raila Odinga, despite the fact that Raila Odinga campaigned for him when he was on a wheelchair, but still he betrayed Raila Odinga, what about us who are just supporting the deputy president without any proper engagement, without any proper demands, just giving them our votes? So basically now they are saying enough is enough. We are going to have a structured engagement and it has to be formalized. I don't know what you think. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss with you a very interesting topic. President Uhuru Kenyatta, this is the information I'm getting, told One Kenya movement to go outside their campaign and agree on one thing, on who is going to become the running mate to Raila Odinga or who is going to become the prime minister. And that's why you are seeing the One Kenya movement and their activities have slowed down. And that's why you are also seeing Gideon Moi meeting with Raila Odinga and the brother to President Uhuru Kenyatta, the younger brother. And the message is now clear that the Gideon Moi actually delivered a message to these people and told them that for us, we have to agree until tomorrow.